Welcome into Red Empress Tarot. I'm Patty. I'm an intuitive, a reader, and a healer on the twin flame path myself, here to read you a message for your twin flame journey. I believe that if you have found this video and this channel, you've been guided to do so. If you love the content, please subscribe. I'd love to have you as part of the tribe. Make sure that you tap into your intuition. Make sure that you are following your internal guidance. It's really important. And every thumbs up to the video is so valuable. I love every one of you. Thank you so much. And let's go ahead and get into the reading. Hi guys, and welcome to your twin flame connection mirror message for this week. It's a really chill vibe right now. It's snowing out. I'm looking out my window and it's snowing these huge snowflakes. So hold on, I'm going to let you see. Know how well you can see out the window, but it's just massive snowflakes. It's just really beautiful, and I'm reflecting on the uniqueness of the twin flame connection. You know how every snowflake is unique. Like when I do the charm readings, the snowflake is my unique charm. And I can't help to think, like, I'm looking out at thousands and thousands and thousands of snowflakes coming down. And these are just the ones right in front of my face, right? So there's so many more. And how every single twin flame connection, though we have so many commonalities, is unique. And I just want to remind everyone watching the video that even though we come and we watch collective readings and we gain some clarity there, always remember the uniqueness of your connection, because you and your person are unique in all the world. And so even though in twin flame connections we do run parallel, like we can do a collective reading here and messages that come out are going to resonate for a lot of people, but they're going to resonate in slightly different ways. I know that when I do a private reading, you know, when I'm reading for someone one-on-one, I'll get a story in my head. A story will form in my head. I get pictures and I get sounds and different things. And I speak what I see, but it often relates in a totally different way to the person than what I see in my head. So, you know, I'll see a picture of, I don't know what it is. You know, one time I saw a teapot being poured. And the story in my head is this person was having tea with someone. Well, and it was like a white porcelain teapot. It was very specific and it was fancy. And I didn't know why it came out, but I told the person, like, this is what I see. And I see you like having tea with someone. Well, no, it was that they had unearthed this teapot from their cupboard the other day that they hadn't used in years and years and years. And they washed it off and it was sitting on their drainer. But it was like to show the person that I was tapped into them. And it was just exactly like what I saw in my head. So when you come and you listen to collective readings, the messages, like the same message, is going to resonate for different people in different ways, but it's still for you, it's still accurate. So if you're wondering how these collective readings work, how I could possibly come on here and give a reading and it could resonate for so many people, it's because it is for multiple people, because we do have similar situations happening in our twin flame connections. They are very common to each other, but still each one is so unique. So I just wanted to, I'm looking at the snow and I just wanted to give you that message that we don't always talk about collective readings and how they apply like that. You know, my mom keeps trying to get me to explain to her how collective readings work, but she can't wrap her head around like how I could be reading for multiple people at one time. And it is because we are in a collective that is very unique in the world. The twin flame connection is like none other, and we do have these, it's like a fraternity or a sorority, you know, we have these things in common and we are so close to each other, even if we're far physically apart. Yeah, anyway, that was just my side note to start off the reading. It was just something really strong I was getting that I felt like was important to say. So I'm going to start with little Palo Santo as usual, or sage, whichever. I'm going to do Palo Santo. And just make sure the energy in my space is nice and clean and clear. I tapped into a reader today on Instagram. I'm trying to remember her name. I'll look it up and let you know, because I'm gonna link it in the description of this video, because I really, really liked her, and she answered a question for me, and she was so tapped into my energy and my person's energy. She knew exactly what was happening, and it's actually what I've been getting all over across the board, so it wasn't new information, but it really confirmed for me what I'm feeling to be true in my own connection. And so she's lovely, and I will link her in the description very prominently. So if you want to check her out, I don't know if she's on YouTube as well, but I found her on Instagram. It's Intuitive Empress. She's another Empress. Empress is the second word in her title as well, but I've got to remember the first word. Anyway, I will link it. She's lovely. And she's very tapped in. I don't always get such close energy with someone, with another reader. And there's some beautiful readers out there. I really, quite a few that I resonate with. Okay, so we're looking at the mirror message for the week. This is the he said, she said spread between divine feminine and divine masculine. We put divine masculine on this side, divine feminine on this side. We look at their head space, heart space, and possible actions. Okay, so let's get going on that. Spirits, guides, angels, ancestors, protectors, thank you for being with me here today and always. I am so grateful for your presence in my life. Help me be a clear and accurate channel for messages coming out for the Twin Flame Collective watching this mirror message. Let the messages that come out be for the highest good of all parties involved. Wasn't ready to pull yet, but I got the Five of Wands in reverse. Someone in this connection is coming out of conflict. Okay, so I want you to look closely. I'm going to put the card upright. Look closely at the images here. There are 5 masculine images or male images, and they have slightly different hairstyle, but other than that, they are really the same person. So I feel like the divine masculine in this connection is coming out of some kind of conflict with himself. I'm really getting it's inner conflict. He's been struggling. And the overall energy for this read is that divine masculine has some clarity within himself now on this connection. Because it came out in reverse, coming out of that energy, coming out of such conflict and confusion within his own head. I'm going to actually take this as a headspace card for divine masculine. I usually don't do that right away, but I really feel strongly that that's what's going on. So, okay. 1, 2. That was just really important. 3. Okay. Drinking my tea while I read here. Something about warm drinks on a cold day like this is so nice. I drink a mix of peppermint and green tea. It's funny, I went out with a friend yesterday for the first time, and we got some tea. Neither one of us drank coffee, so we got some tea and went and walked through the park and hung out in Lithia Park, which is the most beautiful park here in Southern Oregon, and we just sat and had the best chat, the nicest time, just hanging out together and drinking tea. And he ordered the same tea as me. I couldn't believe it. He puts honey in his, which is okay, a little squidgy around the edges. I don't sweeten my tea. But it was so bizarre to see someone order my same drink that I drink every single day at work, every day without fail, every morning. Anyway, yeah, interesting side note, but those little commonalities that you find with people are so cool. That's again, there's this theme of uniqueness and commonalities. It's like this dichotomy, uniqueness and commonalities, that's so prevalent in the twin flame connections. Okay, so hold on, one more. All right. So we've got Divine Masculine's headspace with the Five of Wands in reverse. Let's look at Divine Masculine's heart space through it. What is Divine Masculine's heart space right now? What is in his heart space right now? We've got the Seven of Wands. Okay. Divine Masculine's possible actions in the next month. What's going on with Divine Masculine and his actions in the next month? The Hierophant. Okay, nice. I love this Hierophant. This is my favorite Hierophant card. I like the Light Seers Tarot a lot. This is what I'm using. It's modern, and it's I just really resonate with it a lot. The imagery is beautiful. And I'll show you these closer when we get our clarifiers out. Okay, Divine Feminine's headspace. What's the overall energy for Divine Feminine's headspace right now, Spirit? Hold on. Right there. Four of Wands. Celebration of some sort. We'll get to it. Oh, such a free energy. Divine Feminine's feeling so, in her head, she's feeling so freed from something. Really, really beautiful. And again, oh, interesting. Okay, so I just have to show you this off the top, right? Because we had the Five of Wands reversed in Divine Masculine's headspace. And it was like 5 versions of himself in his head all fighting with each other. But look at Divine Feminine's headspace. It's her forward and her backward. So there's also 2 versions of herself celebrating being free. It's like there was one side of herself that was held back, and there was one side of herself that was free. She had like a 1 foot in, 1 foot out feeling in her head, like her thought process was very 1 foot in, 1 foot out for a long time. She just, it was like a confusion. I'm seeing like 7 of Cups in my head. So with this 4 of Wands, here's 2 versions of herself, and look, they're both free and celebrating. It's like she's no longer in that 1 foot out, 1 foot in energy. She's just in this beautiful, free, celebratory energy within herself. You know, a lot of times the 4 of Wands, you know, the traditional 4 of Wands is a union between 2 people, and it's a celebration of the union, like a marriage. It always looks like a marriage to me. This one is just Divine Feminine and herself. There's not another person in the picture. So it's this union with self. Really nice. Really, really nice. I always get good mirror messages. I've never had really, you know, one with a lot of negativity. I think I've been tapping into the same collective for a long time. I keep wondering when it's going to cycle through and I'm going to tap into a different collective. Like sometimes on the pick-a cards, I tap into different collectives. And that makes sense. You know, if you've got 3, 4, 5 options or something, you're going to get different groups. Sometimes you get more than one for the same person, or collective, but for the mirror messages, it just feels like, you know, since I've been doing them, my channel's been up like 4 months, and every week since I've been doing them, it just feels like a continuation. It's like a soap opera, right? I don't do soap operas. Don't like the drama. I don't need more drama in my life, especially not fake drama. But that's kind of the feel. It's like this continuing saga of what's going on in this collective. And at some point, this collective is going to kind of come to a close and there'll be a new collective. Or maybe then I'll start getting different ones each time. I don't know how that's going to work. But at some point, there's going to come a pinnacle for this collective. And I feel like it's going to flip over into a new one. But we're getting the same energy every week. And I like it. So it's like we can keep tuning in and seeing like what's going on this week. So yeah, in Divine Feminine's headspace, this like really free union with self, freed self. Okay, Divine Feminine's heart space. Spirit, tell me Divine Feminine's heart space. 5 of Cups, okay? And that's a very interesting comparison between headspace and heart space, because the 4 of Wands in our headspace is beautiful, celebratory union with self, and then in the heart space, there's a sadness. There's still some lingering sadness. There's work to be done here. Maybe it's buried. I like see this hole. We'll get to it, but I feel like that there is some repressed sadness that Divine Feminine needs to work on. Yeah. Okay, we'll get there. I gotta stop trying to jump the gun. When I see something, I just really want to say it because I don't want to miss it or lose it, especially if I feel like it's important. So, Divine Feminine's possible actions in the next 30 days. Watcher, this is 30 days from when you hear the message, not from when I pull it. Okay? Could be today, it could be in 6 months, it could be in 6 years. Whenever you hear this reading, 30 days from then. Readings are always fluid. Time is fluid. Time is like an illusion. You know, I know that we say that. What does that really mean? It just means that we connect energetically, and energy doesn't relate to time. So I could be connecting to your energy here and now, where I am in my present moment, and your present moment when you open up the reading and you see it. I am still connecting energetically to you then. I don't use the word psychic very much, but I am psychic. Intuitive is what I generally, the term that I use, because there's like stigma on psychic. People just don't believe it. And all psychic means is that I know things, I can see things sometimes before they happen. And it's not like a big dramatic thing like you maybe see on TV or something, where, you know, I don't have like a dream and I wake up and I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, this person is going to be murdered on, you know, some date 2 years from now. Nothing like that. It's literally energy. It's like this heads up energy where I can give people a heads up on what's happening now that they can't see, or things in the past that they don't have clarity on, or things that are coming up that can help them make a good choice. That's all this is about. It's not so dramatic as all that. So you can use the word intuitive, you can use the word psychic, use whatever word you want, woo-woo. I don't care. I'm not offended by any of it. Okay. Divine Feminine's possible actions. And I always say possible actions because, hey, free will. Divine Feminine could hear this reading and hear what she might do and say, hey, I don't want to do that, and then change her mind. Or in another fashion, change her mind. Okay. This one. Queen of Pentacles. Nice. Queen of Pentacles is my favorite queen. You would think it would be Queen of Wands because she's like more red, right? But I'm an earth sign and I really connect with Queen of Pentacles. And I feel like she's the most stable, dependable queen of all 4. She's the one that's the nurturer and the provider, and the one you can go to with anything. I really love her. And she's really beautifully depicted in this card. What I would not give to have a skin that tone. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. I have 2 colors. So white, red. It's either, you know, like ghost or lobster. And I would love to be able to just have that beautiful glow. The grass is always greener. Okay. Okay, let's get the clarifiers. I hope we're all set there. We've got really good cards out in this reading. I have a good feeling. Let's It's nice. I'm going to clarify with Everyday Witch Tarot this time. Wait, hold on. I'm getting... Okay, not this deck. Not this... Which one is it? There's 2 decks here that I'm looking at, and it's this one. I'm supposed to clarify with this one. These cards are humongous. So, I'll have to make a little room here. Okay. They'll be a little close together, but we'll be all right with it. And this is the Druid Tarot, and I have to shuffle it this way because they're so big. And I have pretty big hands. I'm almost 6 feet tall. I'm not a small person, but these cards, I cannot shuffle them normally. But I really, really like them. I've only used it a few times. Let's see here. Clarifiers for the mirror message between Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine right now. We want to clarify the cards on the table, Spirit. Okay, start 1. Sorry if that's loud. 2 headphone wearers, I'm sorry. 2. 3. Okay. There was like a definite break here, so this is my first clarifier. That always means that for me. Okay, so Divine Masculine's headspace. I'm clarifying the 5 of Wands in reverse. We've got King of Pentacles. Clarifying the 7 of Wands, Divine Masculine's heart space. Where's the clarifier for the 7 of Wands? Prince of Cups, which is the Knight of Cups. Clarifying Divine Masculine's possible actions in the next 30 days with the Hierophant here. Clarifying the Hierophant. Huh. Getting a message like already. Okay. 8 of Cups, yep. Okay. Interesting. Clarifying the 4 of Wands and Divine Feminine's headspace. Clarifying that. Okay, wait. What dropped over here? Something dropped. Hold on. I need to fan more. I think it's going to be at this end. Clarifying Divine Feminine's headspace. Yeah, right here. The Lord, this is the Emperor. Okay. Clarifying Divine Feminine's heart space. Clarifying Divine Feminine's heart space. The World. Okay. Completion there. Oh, that makes way more sense now. Okay, clarifying the Queen of Pentacles and Divine Feminine's possible actions. Yeah. 7 of Pentacles. Very nice. Okay, a lot of Pentacles energy here. Could be some earth signs in this reading. I don't like to call out signs very much because I feel like generally the cards are the energy of the card and not necessarily that you're a person and you are a specific sign. But I do see there could be some high earth placements in this reading. Doesn't mean it has to be. I hate it when people say that too. So I'm like, I have this one reader that I absolutely love, and I'm not going to name names at all, but I think she's newer, and she'll call something out, and she's incredibly intuitive, and I'm like, man, you nailed it right on the money, and then she'll call it back. She's like, but it doesn't have to be. And I mean, I get why people say that is because we are reading for so many different people, and sometimes a message is very specific to one person, but when you do it too much, it's like, you gotta own what you're seeing because it's real for someone. You don't want to call back the message that you give to someone. Because when I'm reading something and I say something very specific, it is for someone, and I don't want to call that back and lend doubt to that person that that's not what I meant. Because it is. I did the Divine Charms reading this week, and I did it like pick a card style, so it was pick an option, and there was one option where I got like 5 different scenarios in one reading, and they were for different people, and I knew they were for different people, so I called that out. But even in a regular reading, sometimes you'll call it a message, and I think I'm going to make it a point, because I'm always learning and growing as I go, and I'm going to make it a point when I call out something specific, and like this is for 1 or 2 people out there, then I'm going to say that, because, I don't want to discourage people that message is not for, because sometimes, pieces of a message are for you, or the overall, and there are just like certain things that are for someone else. Collectives are kind of dicey that way. Get confusing. Okay, so I'm going to go next with my Messenger Oracle to clarify this 5 of Wands, and then actually I'm going to fan them. Clarifying the cards on the table, Spirit. Clarifying the cards on the table. Clarifying the cards on the table for this mirror message. I love that every time I do this, I'm learning something new, and I'm growing, and I'm giving you something different. At least that's what I hope will continue to happen. Okay, again, I had a definite break in my cards. So clarifying 5 of Wands, we've got need and necessity. Clarifying Divine Masculine's heart space. Clarifying Divine Masculine's heart space. What's the clarifier for Divine Masculine's heart space? Know you belong. Okay, nice. Clarifying Divine Masculine's actions with the Hierophant. Clarified by the 8 of Cups already. Clarifying Divine Masculine's heart, possible actions in the next 30 days. I know I got heart space. Your actions are connected to your head space and your heart space, so there's a big correlation there. Clarifying the Hierophant. Embrace the masculine. Nice. That's good energy. Okay. Clarifying the 4 of Wands for Divine Feminine's headspace. Clarifying the 4 of Wands. Spirit, what you got? What goes with that? Tell me about the 4 of Wands. Why is it here? Tell me about the 4 of Wands. Why is it here? Heed your dreams. Okay. Yeah. Clarifying this 5 of Cups with the World. Divine Feminine's heart space is very tied to Divine Masculine. Divine Feminine's heart space. Clarify 5 of Cups in the World. Heed the messengers. Clarify this Queen of Pentacles and Divine Feminine's possible actions with the 7 of Pentacles. Yeah. Seek the lesson. Okay, and then I'm going to get a further clarifier from my Soul Link cards. I've been feeling these lately. I never used these in readings until just recently, and all of a sudden I'm feeling them. These are very personal cards for me. There are 2 in here that actually have writing on them that's personal to me. So I doubt those are going to come out, but if they do, that's a message for me. Let's just see. But these are really beautiful cards. They're so clear. There's no imagery. They're just words. And they help clarify the cards with the imagery. And some of them directly relate to a tarot card for me, so it's kind of an interesting deck. It was my very first deck that I got when my gift opened up. Okay, why? I'm getting 3. So Divine Masculine's headspace. Special knowledge and skills, leave the past behind, getting centered and balanced. Yep, that makes sense. Clarifying Divine Masculine's heart space. Clarifying Divine Masculine's heart space. Whoa, okay. We have, that makes a lot of sense, spiritual enlightenment and pausing to reflect. Yep. Clarify the Hierophant and Divine Masculine's possible actions. Why is the Hierophant here? I don't know how other people do they say Hierophant or Hierophant? I say both. Craftsmanship and balanced partnership. Okay, clarify the Four of Wands for Divine Feminine's headspace. Clarify the Four of Wands. New inspiration. Old friends, good memories. She's very tied to divine. This is my Twin Flames card. This is like my Six of Cups card in this deck. And this means, for me, Divine Masculine. It could mean Divine Feminine for you. I don't know. I think it means Divine Masculine in this spread. Okay. Five of Cups. Clarify the Five of Cups in Divine Feminine's heart space. It's Five of Cups here in Divine Feminine's heart space. God, the snow is so beautiful. Wow. I feel really lucky to be right here right now. It's just really nice. It's a great thing to be doing. Okay. Clarify the Five of Cups. Clarify the Five of Cups. Whoa, there we are. Commitment and marriage. That one. Transformation. Okay. Clarify the Queen of Pentacles, please, in Divine Feminine's possible actions in the next month. Clarify the Queen of Pentacles. What do we have, Spirit? Tell me about the Queen of Pentacles. Karmic bond. Oh, okay. So remember how I just said I'm going to cover up the name. But I have a couple of cards in this deck that have writing on them. You can see there's a little writing under my hand. That's my Divine Masculine's name. So there is a message here for me. I don't really want to put that on camera, so I'm going to cover up most of the name. And it's soulmate. So this is telling me your specific Divine Masculine. And this message is, some of this message is for me as well. But I'm getting your specific Divine Masculine in this reading with this card. I mean, there's a whole deck of cards here, and two have writing. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. And there's some confirmation. I accidentally hit the singing bowl. So, wow. Let's read this mirror message, shall we? Get one more drink. That was a little surprising for me. I'm like a little bit shocked right now. I didn't expect that. Okay, that's a trip. Okay, let's look at Divine Masculine's headspace. Five of Wands in reverse, coming out of conflict in his own mind. He's really I'm getting like Seven of Cups in my head, like didn't know where to go, which way to turn, what to do. Finally, these versions of himself that were fighting with himself have stopped fighting, and they've all merged into one. So he's of one mind now. One mind. He's in his King of Pentacles energy. And did you notice that this is the very far left of the reading? The Queen of Pentacles in Divine Feminine's possible actions in the very far right of the reading. So we have a pair of court cards here. So divine connection, twin flame connection. These are soulmates. And what I mean by soulmates is twin flame is your highest level soulmate. So Divine Masculine has come out of conflict and in his King of Pentacles energy, solid, stable, in his mind. He had a lot of confusion before. He didn't know what to do. In his mind, he knows. He's made up his mind. He's of one mind now, and he's solid and stable in that. He is understanding now what he really needs, what's the necessities in his life. And in his head, he's cutting away the chaff. I think chaff is the outside of wheat, right? Separating the wheat from the chaff. I'm not a farmer. I'm a suburbanite. However, I get the word chaff. He's cutting the chaff out of his life, the extraneous stuff that he doesn't need. He knows what he needs now. And that's his divine connection. This is really nice. Special skills and knowledge is my card for developing your intuition. So Divine Masculine has gotten his downloads and he's heavily developing his intuition. This wouldn't come out otherwise. He's really getting centered and balanced. Like I said, solid and stable. Within his head, he's centered and balanced now. And look, in his head, he's leaving the past behind. Leaving the karmic situations, his karmic lessons. He's taking the lesson and he's leaving the situation. And that's what we're supposed to do. Karmic lessons come into our life so we can deal with them, glean the lesson, and then leave the situation. And that's what he's doing. This is all in his headspace, okay? Very, very solid energy for Divine Masculine this week. Okay, let's look at his heart space. Because our head and our heart, they're different animals, right? Seven of Wands. Okay, so this Seven of Wands specifically is telling me, look at the girl in this, and sex is irrelevant in tarot. So this is Divine Masculine regardless. Maybe he's in his feminine energy a little more this week, and that's awesome because we all embody both energies. But look at how enlightened she is. Look at the enlightenment she's receiving. She is in her solar plexus, lit up. And she's got this light coming down from above, downloads, totally enlightened by spirit. And the Seven of Wands is about defending that enlightenment. I get that Spirit has been trying to enlighten Divine Masculine for quite some time, sending messages, sending synchronicities, and he just wasn't wanting to take them because it was hard. Because taking them meant changing up his life, and changing up his life is not something, he's like a creature of habit, I'm getting. And so changing up everything about your life, because this is an upheaval, people. This is an upheaval. Total change in circumstance. Living arrangements, relationships, friendships, maybe even work. Like literally, I'm seeing a tree in a storm being uprooted. A big like oak tree being uprooted, and you know how the whole system of roots under the tree is as big as the leaves on top. So it's like a lot of force. It's a lot of mess. But it's what's necessary. So I get him defending his enlightenment, defending what he knows to be true now against anyone in his life that tries to say otherwise, that tries to sway him otherwise. In his heart space, his heart is so full of enlightenment. He understands, his heart understands the direction, his direction now. Prince of Cups, this Knight of Cups energy. It's taking action towards love. In his heart space, he is wanting to take action toward love because, and this is a clarifier, because of this enlightenment, because he understands now his connection. Know you belong. Like, he knows he belongs in his twin flame connection now. This one's really easy. He knows where he belongs. His heart knows where it belongs now. And it's all because of the downloads. It's all because of this enlightenment, because he's finally listening to Spirit. Yay! Right? It's hard to do that sometimes, especially when you're so enmeshed in your 3D life. I mean, I know it wasn't easy for me. I had an easier time, I think, but it's still very trippy. It's very weird. Going from a regular mundane life, and all of a sudden you get these downloads from Spirit, and you're like, oh my gosh, the world is not what I thought it was, and my life is not what I thought it was, and everything is different than I thought. It's like going outside and the sky is purple. That takes a little of adjustment. I know that you know. So in his heart space, he knows where he belongs. His heart wants to take action towards love now. The spiritual enlightenment. Spiritual enlightenment. Clarifying spiritual enlightenment, defending that. And his heart is pausing to reflect. He's not taking the action yet. This is a wanting to take action. But he's actually pausing on the action right now to really reflect and figure out what he wants in his life and what he needs in his life. He knows his connection is the right thing, but there are so many things surrounding that. There's how do you come forward to your counterpart after all of this? How do you talk to them? How do you get them to relate to you and understand you? Where am I going to live? Where are we going to live? Where are we going to work? Where I'm getting distance for some people. So it's not a one and done. I mean, there are a lot of things to think about, and this masculine in his heart space is really pausing to reflect on all of his relationships. This enlightenment, remember, when anyone gets downloads from Spirit and they understand the spiritual reality of their life, and they understand that life isn't exactly what they thought it was if they were in a very mundane existence, that if they didn't have this kind of foundation, spiritual foundation. It's like the world cracked open, right? It's very trippy. It's very weird. And then once you accept that reality, which is what's happened here, Divine Masculine has accepted his reality in spirituality. Accepted his spiritual existence. He's really got to figure out how everything in his life works now, with this new knowledge. Are his friendships the best for him? Is he surrounding himself with people that are good for his spiritual journey or not? Maybe he's got to take a good hard look at that. Maybe he's got to take a good hard look at his family and how he relates to them. And, I think that he's working out toxicity. He knows he has to work out toxicity, get rid of any of it. And there's a lot of planning to do. So pausing to reflect on what he'll do is really important. Divine Masculine's possible actions in the next month. The Hierophant. Look at him sitting with himself under the light of Spirit, becoming the Hierophant, becoming the spiritual being that he is. This is him alone. He's not with anyone else. And you see this ladder, this stairway, ladder going up, it's a stairway. He sees his path to enlightenment, and he's look how happy. Getting really, really feeling good about his path, his ascension. Look at that. He's ascending this month. That's awesome. What goes with that? Clarify that. 8 of Cups, walking away from the crap that hinders his ascension. We really look at this 8 of Cups here. And the 8 of Cups haven't fallen over either. Look at that. I want you to pay special attention to this card. All of those cups are still standing. And here is this figure walking away from things that are still standing. That takes a special kind of determination. When something is completely broken, when something is so apparently broken, like if he's in a karmic relationship or has karmic family members, and there's been so much arguing and fighting, and the other person wants to go too, and it's so broken, it's so much easier to leave because it's so apparent that you should to all around you. But when you have your cups still standing, in a toxic situation. You know, a lot of people around you don't see the toxicity. Your family, your friends, your neighbors, your whatever. They don't know that those cups are poison. All they can see is that they're still standing. So if Divine Masculine is leaving a relationship that's unhealthy for him in the next month, it's still actually standing to most people. Most people, the observer, like we're the observer for this card, this scene, right? This is painted from the vantage point of us, the observer. So the observers in Divine Masculine's life don't understand why he's walking away, because all those cups are just standing up. They haven't tasted those cups. They don't know that they're foul or they're toxic or they're poisoning him. He's the only one that knows that. So this is taking an incredible amount of courage for Divine Masculine to walk away from situations that to the outside person that's not inside that relationship, they don't understand why. He does, though. Look at him. He's out. Out. He's not walking. He's like climbing away, like, I'm out of here, right? Clarified. Embrace the masculine. He's embracing himself. He's embracing himself. Look at the Divine Feminine's headspace. I just want to show the mirroring energy here. Look at her embracing herself and her freedom and her celebration. She's of one mind too. He is also embracing his natural self. Look at that. His natural self, who he was made to be. He's gotten his downloads. He's in his spiritual path. And he understands that he is part of everything now. He's understanding his place in the world. And he's embracing himself in it. He's embracing the natural beauty of self. No more toxicity. No more letting people drain him or tell him he's something he's not. He is balancing out his partnership. No more toxicity. If he has partnerships that are unbalanced, they are being left. Whether it's a work partnership, whether it's a friend, a family member, whether it's a romantic partnership, out. No more. Balancing that crap out. Craftsmanship. This is my working on it card. To me, this is like the 8 of Pentacles card, where you're really working on self, working on foundations, working on your money. It's also kind of 3 of Pentacles-ish. But it's a Pentacle card for sure. And it's the working on self. Whether it's your spirituality, whether your physical foundations, your money, your relationships, whatever. It's crafting your life to fit. And this is clarified in the Hierophant. To fit your new spiritual self. That's what's going on with Divine Masculine in the next month. Really nice. Okay, let's look at Divine Feminine. Divine Feminine's headspace. We keep looking at this 4 of Wands, this union with self, the celebration of self. Gorgeous. In her headspace. She's no longer waiting on a connection. She's no longer toxically tied to a connection. I think that she really is getting what's going on with masculine over here. And she's understanding that he needs his time and space to work out these things. I think that the masculine making up his mind and coming of a one mind, she's mirroring that energy. It's like she's mirroring that back now that he's whole in his mind. She's whole in her mind. And it's celebratory. It's like, yay, we passed a milestone together. Divine Feminine knows that this mirrored energy exists. And she knows that you have together conquered an incredible hurdle. And it's celebratory, beautiful, freeing, no longer worried. There's no worry in this card. In Divine Feminine's head, there is no worry. She is celebrating. Why is she celebrating? The Emperor. It's a mirrored energy again. She's mastered her worry. She feels free. She's mastered that. She's in control of her own mind now. And she knows Divine Masculine is in control of his mind. And so that puts them both in this Emperor energy. This is control in the best way. This is not like creepy controlling. This is, they're both in control of their own mind. They both are of one mind and they know what they want and need. Heed your dreams. She feels free to follow them now. She's following her dreams, Divine Feminine. If there are things that she held back from because of the energy with Divine Masculine, because of the push-pull energy of the connection and Masculine's confusion and that energy bleeding into her energy, that's over now. She feels free from that, and she feels free to follow her dreams now. I think one of the things, you know, and this coming out right on top of the Emperor, she feels free to trust in her connection with the Divine Masculine, for one. She feels free to trust that someday, somehow, some way, they are going to come together to some kind of understanding. There's no longer the worry that it won't happen in this lifetime. She knows in this lifetime there will be an understanding, whether there's union or whether there's just closure or whatever. This, you know, everyone's going to be a little different. But she's no longer worrying about not completing the cycle with the Emperor. And the Old Friends Good Memories card. This is her Six of Cups. She feels free with this now. Her twin flame. It's like a big, huge sigh of relief after a long time of holding your breath. Not knowing what's going to happen. Divine Feminine's headspace is very clear. New inspiration. This sigh of relief, this freedom, is really leaving her open to follow her dreams and really, really giving her new inspiration. Really, really nice in her headspace. I just feel like last night I had this weird sensation. It was like my heart was being squeezed, right? And some people have anxiety attacks or panic attacks, and I don't have those. But I got this sensation, and it was physically really, really painful. I was thinking about something and in my connection, and I got this incredibly intense pain around my heart, and it was physical pain, and I'm like, oh my God, what's going on? And then it released, and then I realized that it's a connection. There's something going on with my Divine Masculine that's causing him incredible anxiety right now. Like he's going through some shit. And I felt it physically. It was very weird for me. I've never had that quite happen before. And it's like the sigh of relief after the anxiety is the feeling of this, that freedom from pain, freedom from worry, freedom from feeling like you need to monitor what's going on over here. You can just do you. Follow your dreams. Get inspired. Your twin is good. He's solid now. He may still be going through some stuff here. There's stuff still to be gone through. He's still walking away. You know, he's still in the picture. Look. For this collective, this Divine Masculine is still in the picture with this Eight of Cups, right? These 8 cups. So he's not completely clear of the energy of these partnerships, whether it's romantic, friendship, whatever it is. He's not clear of the energy yet, but he's hightailing it out. So he's still going through a lot of crap, is what I'm getting. But it's the dregs. The word I'm getting is dregs. It's the leftovers from a long-standing karmic situation. And, you know, it takes time to clear yourself from long-standing situations. It just does. You don't just walk away and disappear. You have things in common that you have to deal with. If it's a romantic partnership, they may own a house together. They may own cars together. They may have children together. They have friends in common. They may have a job in common. You don't know. So, this masculine, though he is in a beautiful place mentally, he knows his mind. Though he is in a great heart space, he is still physically in this next month, at least this next month. It could be more time than that, honestly. I'm not getting a quick energy with this, but it's going to take him some time to wrap up this karmic cycle. But it's happening for sure. Nice. Okay. Divine Feminine's heart space. I know I get to talking, they get a little bit long, but I feel like the information is important. Divine Feminine's heart space. When I got this Five of Cups, I was like, oh, Divine Feminine, that's kind of sad. Look at how sad she is here. There's been a long-standing sadness with this Divine Feminine, something that she wasn't able to completely route. And it's to do with her connection in her heart space, right? So look at this hole that she's sitting in front of, and there's this light going down into the hole. So it's like she's dropped her disappointment into the hole, and she's watching it depart. She's just dropped it into the center of the earth. And look at what the first clarifier was for that. It's the world. It's the world. The world is the end of a karmic cycle. This feeling of disappointment was this Divine Feminine's karmic cycle, at least one of them that she was dealing with. The separation, the disappointment of that, the disappointment in her person, the disappointment in life and the world, was something that she had to learn to get past on her own. She is the only person in this picture. And the cups here are like mostly buried by time. Again, this has been over time. Look at the cups here. They've been mostly buried by time. They're not like standing up above the ground. This is an old pain. This is not fresh, okay? And remember when I said earlier how when you find out, like when your spiritual enlightenment comes and you've been in really a mundane thought process for a long time, remember how I said the world cracks open? Look at the cracks in the earth. She's been enlightened about this disappointment, and the earth has cracked open and is swallowing those cups, those empty cups. And her disappointment is going down this deep dark hole. And with the World card clarifying that, it's the end of this karmic cycle of disappointment for this feminine in her heart space. It's one of the last things that she hadn't been able to purge from her. One of the last karmic lessons necessary in order to come into union, if that is what you want, or to really move on, truly move on in your life, however you're intending to do that. Really getting over, getting past, dispelling this disappointment. There's an end to it now. Really nice work, Divine Feminine. And part of it is mirroring energy from the masculine being where he is. It's has to do with her headspace, this freedom, this feeling of freedom. She's finally like able to release this disappointment. I think it's because she knows everything's going to be okay. She just knows. There's just an inner knowing. She's gotten this download. The world cracked open and swallowed that disappointment. It's bye-bye. right? Completion of that. And look how the World card, I don't know if you can see, I'm going to close in for just a second. I never do this, so let's see how it works. The camera is reversed too. Okay. Look at how the World card is covering up the actual disappointment in the picture. And all that's left is her and this beautiful expansive sky behind her. I just wanted to show you that. Truly, the disappointment is going away. And what's left is endless possibility and beauty here up in the sky, the starry sky above her. Heed the messengers. She's paying attention to the signs and synchronicities now. She's paying attention to her guides. She's tapped into her guides and she's listening to the guidance. This is a divine feminine that can be kind of stubborn, right? Especially when it came to her disappointment, because she was incredibly disappointed. She's now listening to her guides, the signs, synchronicity, spirit, that it's okay now. She's listening. She knows it's okay now. Transformation. She's going through this incredible transformation when it comes to this disappointment. She's coming out of it. It's no longer going to affect her life. And then the last clarifier, it's about a commitment, a higher level commitment. This disappointment, I think that this feminine had really intended to marry this masculine energy or have a long-term, long-standing commitment with this person. And they felt like when the separation happened, they lost it. This card to me is telling me feminines who are watching this video, or masculines who are interested in what's going on with the feminine knows that this is no longer off the table. If this is something you both want, you can still have it. This is not off the table when it was thought to be off the table for a long time. This incredible disappointment over not having your life partner. I'm getting, if you both so choose it, and there is free will, and some people will choose to do something else, but for those of you who want it, it's still on the table. In her heart, she knows. Okay, so Divine Feminine's possible actions in the next 30 days. The Queen of Pentacles. Divine Feminine this next month is solid. She's stable. She's nurturing. She's really in herself, in her own space. She's taking up her own space, was what I'm getting. She's not letting other people, I'm getting, make her choices, affect her opinion of herself, affect how the kind of energy that she radiates. She's radiating this calm, loving, peaceful, stable energy. She's just sitting in that. Like, she's just sitting in that. She's just resting in her energy. In this connection. In this connection, in the next month, Divine Feminine is literally just sitting in her beautiful energy. I don't get movement on this. I don't get trying to contact. I don't get any of that stuff. I get just sitting in her beauty, in her queenly, stable energy. Seven of Pentacles. She's reaping the rewards of all of her hard work. I get that in the next month, feminines, there's something that you've been really working on, projects, something that is going to start showing you some beautiful rewards, and you are going to be so happy to reap those rewards. That has something to do with your connection, but it's some kind of project. Something that you're working on is going to start really bearing fruit. And you're going to be really concentrating on cultivating this thing, whatever it is for you. Seek the lessons. You're taking all of your lessons. And you're just, I get that, still reflecting things. So we had pausing to reflect here in Divine Masculine's space, his heart space. I see you reflecting on the messages that you have received in the next 30 days in a more active way. It's not as much reflection. It's really taking into yourself these lessons that you've learned over your journey. I see you really carefully considering what you've gained and how that's changed you. Like taking a look at where you were a year ago and where you are today, and being so incredibly at peace about your journey. Look at that enlightenment in the wolf's forehead. The she-wolf, the squirrel wolf. And if you're male-bodied feminine, don't take that as excluding you, because it does not. There's no gender in tarot. The he and she just like, it's just easier to keep things separated when you're talking. Karmic bond. Okay. This is a special message for some divine feminines out there. This is not going to resonate for everyone. So please don't take this as not your message if this doesn't resonate with you, but someone out there, and you know who I'm talking to. There are some divine feminines out there in a sort of karmic relationship, or that will be developing a karmic relationship in the next month. Now, please understand, when we talk about karma, there is good karma, there is positive karma, and there's negative karma. Divine feminines, it's going to take your masculine some time. I don't see them coming forward in the next month, maybe in the next few months, right? I got a message earlier today. I was talking to another reader, and I got a message that I wouldn't be hearing from my masculine in the next few months because he has a lot of crap that he's going through too, which is fine. I'm okay with that. He needs his space and time, and I am happy to let him have that. So you, I'm getting that conversation in my head, I think, because of where we're at in the reading. For you, divine feminines, for you out there, if you are developing a bond, a relationship, if you're dating someone, something like that, it could be a karmic bond for you. This could not be your forever person, but it could be someone that brings you some joy, that you bring joy to for a time. If that's true for you, and it's good for you, if this is good karma, or maybe it could even be a lesson you still need to go through. Okay. This is okay. At this point in your process, this is okay. You should not be in waiting energy. If something beautiful comes into your life, feel free to grab onto that and allow that into your life, and allow the lessons and the beauty of that into your life. Okay, I'm not getting bad karma from this card. I'm getting divine feminines. There could be a karmic partner coming in for you. It could end up being a soulmate because, okay, I got the soulmate card underneath it. So this could be a karmic soulmate for you. Because my masculine's name is written on the card, there's a different message for me, which I'll interpret for myself later. But for you, feminines out there watching, this karmic bond that could be coming in for you could be a karmic soulmate, and it could be something really beautiful. Take your happiness where you can get it. This isn't cheating. If you are in no kind of even contact or relationship with your divine masculine right now, allow yourself the beauty into your life of other people if that feels right to you. If it doesn't feel right, don't do it. But if something comes in for you that feels right, that is happy and joyful and brings you some peace, and brings good things into your life, maybe even new perspectives on things, don't feel like you can't take it. Okay? In the next month, I'm getting, for someone out there, for some people out there, in the next month this is happening. Don't let your bond with your masculine, who is dealing with his own things, which is more than likely in the process of dealing with another person right now, right? They have their lessons to go through. You have your own. And it could be a good lesson for you. Remember, not all karmic lessons are bad. I don't get toxicity from this combination, especially that my Divine Masculine's name is written on this card. Because my Divine Masculine is not toxic. I'm really getting a good vibe from this. So just, if this is your situation, just take this message into consideration. Okay. All right. Well, let's look at the charms. Wow. I wondered why that deck kept coming up. I think there was a good reason for it. Soulmate energies can be really good for you. Soulmates are not always romantic partners. Sometimes they're your child or your parent or a good friend, a teacher. It could be any kind of relationship. But I'm getting a romantic one from this particular message. So, okay. Check those out. And if you haven't watched my Divine Charm readings yet, they're really fun. It's a new thing that I'm doing. They're all charm readings. I've done a couple so far, and I've really, really been happy. The first one was a general reading. The second one was a pick an option, like a pick a card. Okay. Let's see what comes out in the charms. Okay. Okay, some of the same charms are coming out as in my last reading. I have a lot of charms in here too. So if you are watching this and you have not seen my last Divine Charms reading, which will pick an option, go check it out, because some of these like combinations of same charms came out. Okay, I'm just going to turn them right side up so I can see what's happening. Oh, I like that one. Okay, so if you have Taurus in your chart in a high placement, or your person has Taurus in your chart in a high placement, this might be a little extra confirmation that this reading is indeed for you. Doesn't have to be, but for some people that's going to resonate. So nice. It's always nice when that happens. But you don't always know your person's chart. Like, I don't know my person's birth chart. I have some really good insights into what could be in there, but you know, I don't have 100% surety on that. I definitely don't know all of it. So, take what fits for you and what feels good for you, and leave the stuff that doesn't. Always. Okay. So what I'm getting from this, I used to group the charms, but now that I'm doing the old charm readings, I don't feel like I need to do that anymore. So I've got the horse upside down here, and what I'm getting from that is Divine Masculine, which a white horse is Divine Masculine for me. Divine Masculine is no longer bucking the connection. Like, again, we saw in his headspace that he's of one mind, and he understands really fully his place in this connection now. He's no longer bucking that. He's no longer, with the lobster here, feeling the pain of that confusion. I think that confusion for him was really painful. I do feel like that there is a musical connection here, and I was feeling that in the last Charms reading as well. And I think in all of the options too. There's some kind of musical connection here. If you're hearing songs that remind you of your person, especially like when you're thinking of them, it's a synchronicity. And I heard another reader say something the other day that really interested me. She was talking about clairaudience, which is psychic hearing, basically. And she talked about within twin flame connections, twin flame partners sending each other songs basically psychically. So if you hear a song that comes up on the radio, it's actually from them. If it's really significant to you, or on your Spotify, or whatever it is. And it's right in the center of the charm reading. Look at that. It's right in the center. Don't dismiss that. They're important. These songs that you hear, this music that you hear, this musical connection that you have, pay special attention. Being in the reading in the center here, pay special attention to that. It's okay to let that be what it is. It's okay to let those songs wash over you and make you feel beautiful about your connection. Especially when you're in separation. It's so hard to be in separation. The sweater coming out right next to that, it can give you a sense of warmth. It can give you a sense of like comfort in your connection. And then we've got the children card on its side right next to that. And you know, charm, this children charm is like my 6 of Cups charm. It's that old friends, good memories thing. Your twin flame connection is on its side right now. You're not in union. And that can be very frustrating and stressful. And what it's saying here is that those songs, that music, can really give you a sense of comfort while this is happening, while it's on its side like this, because it's not going to be on its side forever. There's transformation happening here with this. I've got the Cinderella's carriage, like the pumpkin carriage. And that's about transformation. It's about beautiful transformation. The fairy tale can be real, is what I'm getting from that. Trust in the fairy tale. It actually can be real. It can seem like this can't happen. It can seem too good to be true. But it's not too good to be true. There is transformation happening in your connection. While that's happening, let the music wash over you. Let it make you feel good. With the cloud here, and this is about, the silver cloud is about seeing the silver linings in situations. And, you know, I think we both need to look at the lessons, and I think we both are looking at the lessons that we've learned in this connection. Okay, so if you can, just for a second, look at your connection without the separation from your person, the pain of that separation, and we both know how hard that is. We all know how hard that is. Strip that out of it for just a second. If you were to look at the rest of it, all of the learning and healing that you have had along the way, how else could you have come into your own the way that you have? How else could you have learned what you have about yourself to come into such beautiful self-love, to such beautiful understanding about your place in the world and in the universe, about your gifts, and about how we are all interconnected. I mean, look at even just understanding that other twin flames are out there. You know, I'm a twin flame. You're, you know, if you're watching this, if you're still at this point in this reading, you're a twin flame. Understanding the connectedness between all of us. That we are all such a beautiful family. We have gained so much through this journey. And I know the pain part, it sucks. Separation sucks, but what else could have possibly given us what this has given us? What else could, I mean, find the silver lining in this. It's really, really beautiful. I mean, who else other than your twin flame could have triggered you so intensely that you did the work that you did on yourself? Really look at that. Seek the lessons. Seek the lessons. Pause to reflect. There's been incredible value here with the calculator. Just get value in this. You've really swept out the old. You've really, really cut out all the old crap, the old tapes. I'm getting like there's a card in the Island Time Wellness deck that is like tapes. It's old tapes. It's like the tapes that you used to play in your head about your value, your worth, your place in the world, all those kinds of things that you've just gotten rid of. they're just gone. It's magic. How many people go through life playing those tapes in their head until the day they die? And then they've got to come back and work on it again. You have had the unique and beautiful opportunity to dispel those tapes, to get rid of that thinking. I mean, it's twisted you up in knots, right? It's been really, really hard. It's really like, and there have been times when you've been so stressed out and so confused, and you felt like you're just tied up in knots, bound. But at the end, you're so free. It's like the effort is so worth the reward. One. You're learning to trust yourself. And in learning to trust yourself and learning that you're trustworthy, you can trust other people. You can trust your partner. You can trust other people. The trusting yourself in life is so beautiful. You can take so much with this frying pan. You can take the heat. You have had trial by fire here. This is a really, really beautiful message. This is all about you, Watcher. This is not about your twin flame. This is not about how they're doing. This is about your lessons. This is about what you're taking from this at this moment in time. Pause to reflect on all these beautiful things. I mean, this is incredible. How many people in their lives come to this kind of place? Learn these things. Wow, you are powerful. You have learned to be your own comfort. You have learned to comfort yourself. You've learned that you don't need another person to be good, to be safe, to be warm, to be whole. You may want your other person. Of course you want your twin. You know, we all want our twin, but you've learned to warm yourself. Self-love. Self-reliance. You've learned that you've got it. You can take the heat. You can get through anything. And you've learned to just, when you find something that doesn't serve you, you just cut it away. No more drama. It's no drama. You have the tools now. It's so easy to just cut things out that aren't for you. And your creative spark has been just lit. Lit. Absolutely lit. There are no more games in your life. You don't put up with games anymore. No head games, no mind games. You're very clear about who you are, what you want, and what you can do. Really, really nice reading, guys. Okay, let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and put those away. And let's look at some channel messages as we do at this point in the mirror message reading. Okay. I just got reminded some of the crystals fell off my board when I set it down. I'm also going to pull a crystal card at the end, and we're going to talk about that. That was just a reminder. My memory is really, really bad, so thank you, Spirit. I want to do that with every mirror message. Pull a crystal card and talk about crystals that can help you. Crystals and stones can really, really help change your vibration. And change your vibration. Tune your vibration, right? Fine tune it. Okay. So, channel messages. Let's start with Shadow, as we always do. Shadow, if you haven't watched my readings before, feel free to go back through my playlist to, these messages are timeless. So if something jumps out at you, like, something just hits you just right, it's probably a message for you. I'm also a very small channel right now, and these messages are intended for a lot of people. So as time goes by, more and more people are going to go back through that playlist and find things that were actually for them, but in your present time. Okay, So shadow is something that we all have to work on. We all come into this lifetime with shadow. It's what gives us the opportunity. Shadow is an opportunity to grow and to progress and to heal things and to ascend, right? So we all have shadow things that we come into this life to work on. And we always want to recognize that. We don't ever want to sweep shadow under the carpet. We want to face it head on, because those are our opportunities. We don't want to miss our opportunities for growth, right? So I'm getting 3 shadow messages here from your person or from spirit. But I'm really asking, the question I'm asking is, Spirit, tell me what the Watcher's counterpart wants them to know about the shadow and the connection right now. We'll see who the messages are from. At that moment, I just didn't care. This is a hard one, because this is really what it's meaning. There was a time, Watcher, in your connection when you were trying to communicate with your person, or they were trying to communicate with you. One of the two. Flip the energy. If this, this is your energy, flip it. Whenever you're watching a reading like this, and there's 2 sides, counterparts, you can always flip the energy, because you know what's true in your connection. And we have a lot of people watching, so it doesn't signify that it can only be one way or the other. For someone in this connection, one counterpart was trying to communicate with the other, and the recipient didn't care. Honestly, they're telling you, this is a truth that they're telling you. This is a painful truth that they cannot come out and speak to you right now, and that you're going to find out eventually. I get numbing. I get that your person was numbing at the time, and they didn't care about much of anything. It's not that they didn't care about you. They didn't care about life. They didn't care about anything at this time that you were trying so desperately to talk to them, and they were ignoring you. They just didn't care at that time. So if you're wondering why they didn't communicate back, it's because they were at a place in their life where they were just numb. They were numb to the world. They felt too much. And so they were using whatever that they were using to numb out. It could have been substances. They could have been drinking. They could have been using a lot of weed. They could have been using other drugs. They could have been having a lot of casual sex to fill up a hole. They could have been gambling. It doesn't even actually matter. Overindulging in food, just like eating, whatever it is. Could be any combination of those things as well. But your person was numbing out. And through that numbing, when you numb, you don't care. Think about if you've ever had like a surgery or a painful situation, a physically painful situation, and they give you some pain medicine. For that period of time, while that is effective on you, you don't care about the pain. The pain isn't gone. It just helps you not know it's there. That's what this is about. They were numbing, and at the time they didn't care what you had to say, because they were in La La Land in some way. I'm getting I'm a mom, right? And I just want to make this one really clear, because it's an important card. I've never gotten this one to come out before, and this is the message that I'm getting from this, and it's really important that you don't interpret it the wrong way. It's not that they don't care about you. This is personal on them. This is about them. Don't make it about you. If you are making this about you, you need to really look at why this is triggering you or not enough pain point in your life, and you need to work to remove that block. If you don't know how to find those blocks in your life, you can go to my website. I don't usually promote stuff on my website, but there's someone that might need to hear it. Yeah, I'm getting that someone needs to hear it. I do sessions where I'll help you identify the pain points, the blocks that you have, and help you learn how to release those, to heal those. So not a lot of people offer that. There are some people that I've seen offer it, but anyway, just so you know it's there. I'm not going to go through a lot of promotional stuff. I just want to be able to help if I can help, and that is a possibility. But if You can do this on your own. You don't need me. Go through and figure out what's triggering you. Like, find the base thing. Find the base thing that's triggering you to feel like this is about you. That they didn't care. Okay? Because the truth of this card is that this is about them. And I was about to tell a quick story. When I was having my daughter, I was supposed to have an epidural, which is the needle they put in your spine that numbs you out. Because I was all about, like, not having pain. I don't like pain. And, I mean, who does? But I wasn't all into natural childbirth. I'm like, take the pain away. It's great. Well, they put the epidural in and it didn't work. And they kinked the needle. It's a really thin needle, and they kinked it. And they will not try again if that happens. They'll only try one time. So I was not prepared to deal with the pain of childbirth. I didn't do Lamaze or anything. Just didn't think I was going to have to deal with it. So all of a sudden, I had to deal with some incredible pain. Almost the worst pain I've ever had in my life. With no preparation. And so they gave me Demerol, which is the drug it's like one of the only drugs that you can give a pregnant person that helps with pain. And so they said that they could give me this thing. I'm all like, yes, give it to me. If it's safe, give it to me. And so I got it, and I quickly realized that Demerol does not remove the pain. All it does is make you loopy so you don't care as much about it. And in fact, with me, it was just the opposite. It made me loopy, so I couldn't deal with the pain. I couldn't, like, grip something or, like, do some physical thing to combat it. I was so, like, loopy that it made it way worse. Way worse. Like, I wish they wouldn't have given me the Demerol because it didn't hurt. It didn't help the pain. The pain was still just as intense. I just didn't care as much. Or they thought that I wouldn't care as much. That's not what happened. So your person is having a Demerol moment. Or maybe much longer than a moment. But when this was happening, like when you were trying to communicate with them, they were numbing it in some way. They were distracting themselves from the pain that they were feeling. And so in that Demerol fuzz, you know, whatever they're using to numb, they didn't care. And this is a confession. I see the Hierophant card. The Hierophant card for me is often about making a confession. And this is a confession, this shadow confession. And I think that they want you to really know that this wasn't about you. Otherwise, I wouldn't be rambling on about one card for so long. This is an important message. Okay, let's see what other shadows we got. I can still see you standing there. They weren't oblivious. They knew what they did. They felt like a piece of shit. But they were numbing. All they could do is watch you walk away. Or watch themselves walk away from you. Wow, this is really heavy. Like, I don't usually get such heavy shadow messages. Oh, but this is a good one. I'm happy that it's over. Now, again, if this is triggering you, that this is about you, you need to look at that block and why that I am not enough pain point is coming up in your life. Because this isn't about you, okay? I am happy that it's over. They're not happy that the relationship with you is over because it's not over. Never going to be over, your twin flames. They're happy that the karmic situation that they have been in is over. Look back at the reading if you are not understanding this card. Look back at the especially the Divine Masculine reading, but it's actually on both sides. This is on both sides. All the confusion, all the pain, all the karmic cycles that you guys have gone through. Incredible happiness that karmic cycle is done. Really, really good message there. Okay, but these are all important. I'm glad that they're coming out. Let's look at the Hidden Truth Oracle. What's hidden from the Watcher right now? What's hidden from the Watcher that the Divine Counterpart or Spirit wants them to know? Mostly your Divine Counterpart. What's hidden from the Watcher? Remember to flip-flop the energy if you need to. Ah, I wish I had treated you better. clearly in line with the other shadow messages that have already come out. They wish they had treated you better. They're not happy about this situation. They are not happy about what happened. I feel a lot of guilt. I feel a lot of remorse. Your person needs to come to the point where they forgive themselves for what they've done before they can ask for your forgiveness. That's just the truth. They have to come to where they can forgive themselves. They can look at their pain and see that, yes, I had so much pain that it caused me to numb, and that caused this situation. And the pain that your person was experiencing, we all experience pain. They gotta forgive themselves. They're human. They did what they felt like they needed to do to get through it. It wasn't the best choice. Now they're learning to make better choices. But you have to go back and reconcile with yourself what you've done in your life, or you're going to have pain forever. And before they can come and ask you for forgiveness, they've got to forgive themselves, or it's just not going to work. They do wish they had treated you better. What else? Is there another message from the Watcher's counterpart? I just feel like shuffling. I don't feel like fanning right now. Is there a message from the Watcher's counterpart? Sometimes it's just there's not another message in the deck, and then you got to move on. We only want to take what's true. We don't just take something because it, we shuffle so long, something eventually comes out. I know it was a distraction from your pain. We were just talking about distractions from pain, weren't we? Isn't that interesting? Flip-flop the energy if you need to. They may feel like they were also a distraction from your pain. Twin flames do mirror each other's energy. We often mirror each other's traumas. I know that's true in my case. I have mirroring traumas to my divine masculines. They're not exactly the same, but they definitely mirror each other in intensity and in time and life and everything. They may have felt like they were just filling a hole for you. Maybe you have parent issues, mom issues, dad issues, something like that. I'm not trivializing that. They may have felt like they were filling a hole for you, or that might have triggered their not good enough wound. That's what I'm getting. I want to feel that way again. The way they felt with you was unlike any feeling they've ever had in their life. And they want it back. The good stuff. Okay. Let's go to the messages of love oracle. Let's see what we get from there. Kind of feeling all tapped out on hidden truth. Okay. Is there a message here from the Watcher's counterpart? Something that they want their person to know. Chemistry. The attraction you feel is mutual. Don't stop to think for a minute that your person is not attracted to you, or that the feelings that you have for them are not mutual, because they certainly are. Absolutely are. Is there another message to the Watcher from their counterpart? Different pages. You and this person don't share the same vision, and I'm not getting like permanently. Right now, if you're wanting this connection to come together right now, it's not time yet. Your person has stuff that they need to still overcome, and you have stuff you need to still overcome. The alignment, this is just a card of alignment. Your alignment isn't quite there yet, but it's getting there. So if you're hoping to hear from your person tomorrow or next week or something, it's going to be some more time. But feel comfortable and confident in the fact that there is beautiful forward movement here. And it's not going to be years away. I'm not getting years of alignment that needs to happen here for this collective, for whom this is resonating. And make sure that it is resonating, because these messages are not for every twin flame. But if you know that this is your person in your reading, alignment is coming. It's just not here yet. So just have some patience. I know the P word sucks, right? We've had a lot of patience. We've had so much patience. Wait. There was this big wait with an exclamation point. Okay, and this is just confirming that the timing is not quite right yet. Just wait. Doesn't mean be in waiting energy. It doesn't mean that you don't move on with your life. It doesn't mean that you don't embrace your creative spark or embrace new people that come in. It just means that your twin flame connection and the alignment just isn't quite there yet. And okay, so I'm going to take these two as the last two. They're just insisting. Twin flame, this is a divine counterpart connection. So if you're asking yourself, is this person, and look, I hit my singing bowl again by accident. When a bell rings or a siren goes off or something during the reading, that's confirmation. Look, this is your twin flame counterpart. This is your counterpart. If you've been asking yourself that question, this confirms it. I don't want to keep doing this, but I'm feeling, okay, so I do offer twin flame confirmation readings. It is my absolute least expensive reading. It's $20-something because I feel like if you're into watching readings, if you're really feeling that magnetic pull for your twin flame, a person that you believe is your twin flame, it's really important to know if you're right about that. It's really important. It's important to have that security that you are on to the right thing with this person. I keep those real cheap because I just feel like if you're going to be watching collective readings, you should have that sense of confidence that you're doing the right thing and that you're not crazy. I don't want anyone to feel that feeling. I've felt that feeling. It's terrible. So if you want that, go to my website and you can get that. If not, you can take this confirmation here. This person is your twin flame. If you've gotten this far in the reading and this is all resonating, take it as confirmation. Like your intuition already knows the answers. You already know the answers you seek. Okay? You already know the answers you seek. Read it again. Trust yourself. Trust yourself. You are trustworthy. Well, we got that in the charms reading. You are trustworthy. Okay, let's look at my decks. My little handwritten decks that are in process of... Oh, that's interesting. I almost knocked my red jasper tower over. Didn't quite fall. Could be a tower moment coming for you or your person. And that's just a shakeup. It's just like a change. It's spirit redirecting you if you're not going quite the right way. Could be happening right now. I got that soft tower like it just hit the rocks. It didn't fall over. It's a soft tower. It's like just a course correction. There's a course correction happening right now. Or about to happen right now. It's like right now. Okay. Is there a message here to the watcher from their counterpart? I'm learning about twin flames. So not only do you need to... okay, this could just be for you. It's time to learn about your twin flame. If you're new to the twin flame journey, do some research. I've got some Twin Flame 101 videos. You can go through my playlist. There's a few in there, and I'm going to be developing more. I need to actually put some energy into that. I've been putting so much energy into the readings that I haven't been doing it, but I have a list of 50 subjects that I want to talk about. But it's time to embrace this journey for you, for sure. And it's time for your person to... I feel like your person is understanding it, the connection better. A lot of them, I think they do know the term twin flame and they do know what's going on. Not every single person, but a lot. They're opening up to spirit for sure. Okay. Is there a message here to the watcher from their counterpart? Message to the watcher from their counterpart. Okay. I'm afraid of commitment. Your person has commitment issues. They've been in some really seriously crappy relationships in their life. They've been with users. They've been with people that didn't value them. They've been with people that belittled them, that abused them in different ways. And that really causes some fear of commitment And it's going to take some real strength for your person to come forward and offer commitment when they've had such bad ones in the past. But I think that once they do, this fear is going to dissolve, because there is nothing to fear in a twin flame connection, and a healthy one. And when you come together, it's going to be healthy. Okay. But it is an issue for them. I hear you in the 5D. Okay. 5D communication is confusing. A lot of people don't understand it because, and it's the same thing like when you're developing your clairs, if you see pictures or if you're like asking your guides a question and you're not feeling like you're getting an answer, because you have this expectation that it's going to be like a burning bush or this booming voice out of the sky, and it's not anything like that. It's soft and it's quiet, peaceful when it comes in. It's there's a softness about it. And so when you're asking your guides a question and you're waiting for the response, it doesn't always come in as hardcore as you expect it to. Like I'm talking to a person in the 3D, it's very different. So you have to learn to really listen to the voices coming into you. And it's not like some people are clairaudient where they actually hear a voice, but a lot of us are not. And so depending on your clairs, like learning to trust the information coming into you, what comes into your mind. Sometimes it's just what comes into your mind. For me, a lot of times it's like just the thoughts that pop up. They come from somewhere, right? So a lot of the times when you are talking to your person, like if you talk to them in your head, or if you're thinking about the connection, you say something out loud, or think something that you're directing towards them, you're going to get a response. Or they do the same thing for you. And the things that come into your head are actually from them. We do hear each other. Sometimes we just don't admit that or believe it. So start to trust. Start to trust yourself. Your intuition, you already know. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to get one of my... hold on. I want that one. I'm going to get one of my other decks here. I'm breaking free. We saw that. Your person is walking away from karmic situations that no longer serve. They're taking the lesson and they're walking away from the situation. Breaking free. That's really nice. Feeling this one here. Are there any messages to the watcher from their counterpart? This is a really good, powerful reading. Any messages to the watcher from their counterpart? Oh, hey you guys. I'm going to try and start doing lives. I decided that I'm going to take one of my regular readings that I do on a weekday. I don't know what day it's going to be this week. I'm thinking Thursday. I'm going to take Thursdays and do a live reading. And at the end of the reading, everyone is allowed to ask one question about the reading. So it has to relate to the reading, and it is one question per person. But it's going to be free. For the introductory, for the first like 10 or 12 lives that I do, I'm going to make the questions free. And then like after that, I'll do like a question for $5.55 or something. I want to keep it really inexpensive, but I am going to do one of my regular readings live. So that'll be fun. I think it's going to be a check-in too. It's going to be kind of like a mini mirror message. I don't make it as long as a mirror message, but it'll give you the opportunity to interact with me one-on-one. We can chat a little bit. And it'll also give you the opportunity to ask some questions for free, which will be really, really good. So look for that live starting this Thursday. And this will be like, I don't know what the date is today. It's either the end of January or the beginning of February. But I'm going to keep doing them, even if no one shows up in chat on live. I'm a small channel, a couple people may show up. But the reading will be recorded, so we'll keep going on with it. So it'll be just like any other reading that I put up. It's just people will have that opportunity to talk to me live if they want to. Okay, so I'm having financial problems. Your person is dealing with recovering their finances from a karmic situation. And they feel like their stability is really an important part of their connection, or they wouldn't be telling you this. So, yeah. Your person is having some kind of financial issue, and it's due to this changing their life. It's due to them leaving what they're leaving right now. So it is an issue. My family is standing in the way. Okay. So I think they're probably leaving a family situation of some sort. That's one of the blocks. But they are leaving it. We saw that with the Eight of Cups. And I feel like this is on Divine Masculine side, this family thing. I really get that strong. Okay, one more. I need more time. Yeah, and we talked about that. This isn't the time yet. It's not quite right. The alignment isn't there yet, but it's coming. Okay. Have faith. All right. That has been the channel message portion. Let's go ahead and pull a crystal card. Oh, and we'll do some one-on-one small groups too. I know these are getting so long, but I want to give you everything I can. Okay, let's do the one-on-one small groups first and the crystals last. Okay. So what deck am I feeling for that? I'm feeling the Illuminated for this first one. Okay, Spirit, we're asking for a situation going on for one of the watchers of this video or a very small group of watchers that have commonalities. Tell me a situation that's going on and give me advice on that situation. Three of Pentacles. We're going to do 3-card pull. Three of Pentacles. What goes with the Three of Pentacles, Spirit? Five of Pentacles. Six of Swords. Okay, let's get some clarifiers. I'm going to clarify with the Housewives Tarot. And make sure it's all upright. Yeah. Okay. These cards are kind of hard to tell if they're upright because there's no, like, discerning pattern. Okay, clarify the Three of Pentacles. Clarify the Three of Pentacles. Seven of Cups. Clarify the Five of Pentacles. Whoa. Seven of Wands. 2 sevens on the board. That's important. Clarify the Six of Swords. Why is the Six of Swords here? Why is the Six of Swords here? Someone's been drinking. Muddled because of it. Okay. Hold on. Speaking of drinking. It's tea, not vodka. Okay. So, oh, I want one more. What am I going to clarify with? Under the Roses. Clarify this Three of Pentacles. Clarify this Three of Pentacles. The Whip. Okay. Controlling energy. Wow. Clarify this Five of Pentacles with the Seven of Wands. Sorry, I'll tell you the message I'm getting, that bear. Clarify the Six of Wands. Okay. Clarify the Six of Wands. Selling away from this Two of Cups energy. Leaving this Two of Cups energy. The Gentleman. Okay. So in this situation, wow, this one is significant for multiple people. I'm just going to pull them down like this so we can see them all. It'll be easier to read. Yay. Okay. Blah. So for this person or a small group of people that this will resonate for, someone had been working on a foundation with someone. Someone had been building something with a really controlling feminine energy. There's a masculine here that had been really working on building a foundation with a very, I get manipulative, controlling energy. I get that there was a lot of drinking involved. That was causing muddling confusion. Okay. But they were working hard on this nonetheless. It's like this masculine energy wasn't taking any lessons from spirit because this controlling energy was keeping him soused. Like, there was a lot of drinking going on, and I think that this feminine energy was like controlling it. They're constantly like, do you want a drink, honey? Do you want a drink, honey? You're home from work. Let me make you a drink. Let me make you a nightcap before bed. Let's go out this weekend and drink. Constant. Really toxic shit. And I mean, I don't have a problem with a partying now and then, or having some drinks now and then, or whatever. But this is on the daily. This is keeping your person in a mind fog, using some substances. And it actually could be and this is not a message for everyone. I think this is like for one person. It could be that this feminine energy was like putting other things in the drinks. And I've gotten that before. I've gotten that energy before. There's one person out there. Or at least one person out there who the feminine was extremely controlling and extremely toxic, and she's trying to control the person with some kind of potion or some kind of substance other than, it could be drugs, like putting drugs in your drink too. Crap. Nasty. No, this is not for, I get that this message is for more than one person out there, and that particular part of the message is only for one. So if this message is resonating and that didn't resonate, don't worry about it. But yeah, there's just a lot of drinking going on, trying to control this masculine energy, keep him in place and keep him, trying to keep him bringing the money in. Look at that, him working on those pentacles. She was trying to control this masculine, she was using him like an ATM. Bring the money in, bring the money in, bring the money in. Ew, that's nasty energy. I don't know, as a divine feminine, that just grosses me out. You don't use people for money. Okay, continuing. This person was a provider with the bear with the fish in its mouth. This is about being a provider. This masculine was being a provider for this person because of this abandonment issue. This person has an abandonment issue from childhood. So this person kept being the provider, kept being the provider, kept being the provider, because they were so afraid of this connection ending. And when I get this particular Seven of Wands, look at that, all the toothbrushes with the toilet. They really also feared backlash. Okay, stupid story. When I was little, I thought I was helping, and I took my brother's toothbrush and I cleaned the toilet with it. I was little, okay, give me a break. I was not old enough to understand that that was a bad thing. But I did that. And it freaked him the hell out. But then since I've told that story to other people, and I've heard people actually doing things like that to get back at someone. So this is a backlash card. It's like in the Seven of Wands is all about protecting something. So I get that the masculine here kept providing, not only out of the fear of abandonment, because we definitely have the fear of abandonment, but also protecting themselves from backlash from this really nasty, controlling karmic person. Okay? So someone here needs to know this energy of this connection that was going on. Wow. So not only was it like fear of leaving this person, because there's a codependency here. This masculine was very codependent on this really controlling, nasty karmic who was keeping him drunk. But he kept providing. He kept bringing home the fish. Fish are about abundance, pentacles, right? Kept bringing home the money to this karmic who was clearly using it for whatever. Using him as an ATM. And the reason that he allowed it because of the codependency issue. He was afraid for the connection to end because he didn't want to be alone. He was afraid of being abandoned and very afraid of retaliation, of backlash from leaving. But I do see this masculine leaving the situation. Going back to our reading, let's look back at the reading. The Eight of Cups, the masculine walking away, even while the cups are still standing. From the outside, people couldn't see this. Other people outside the connection couldn't see this happening. This is within the connection. It's very, like, I'm just getting like narrow columns. Only a narrow view, myopic view. Only the people from within the connection could see that. We can see it because we're talking about it in a psychic reading, right? But other people can't see that. So you, watcher, might not have been able to see this. Or if this is your energy, you know this is your connection, right? But I see this masculine leaving that situation, finally leaving that situation. This Two of Cups, what he thought was going to be, I'm seeing the Lover's card too. So what he thought was going to be in the beginning, this happy connection, getting the fuck out. And again, the gentleman, this is my masculine card, so this is confirming it's the masculine doing it. So there has been this toxic situation going on, and it's been a vicious cycle. I'm kind of seeing my little wheel charm, which is my karmic wheel. Lessons this divine masculine needed to learn, but he's taking the lessons and leaving the situation. Okay, let's pull one more. Wow. I always feel like I need to like wash off after energy like that. That karmic. Nasty. I'm going to just use the same deck again. I feel like that. Singing bowl just clears the energy. I might even do a little Palo Santo for this next one. I know that I'm drawing it out, but I feel like I want to clear the energy. That person, I don't want their energy anywhere near me. Ugh. I do not like users. Users and abusers really bother me in life. There's nothing I can do about it personally, but I don't want their energy hanging around me. Okay, we're good. Ground. Okay. Spirit, for a watcher or a small group of watchers watching this video, tell me about a situation. Three of Cups. And give me advice on that situation. If one of these readings resonates for you, or any part of the reading resonates for you, I would love to hear about it in the comments. Ace of Pentacles. One more. Please talk to me. I love interacting with you guys, but it really, really helps me understand what's getting through and what's not. We got 4, so I'm going to just do a 4-card pull on this. The Hermit and 7 of Wands. Okay, let's clarify with the Under the Roses deck. I'm just going to grab one clarifier on each of these. I think it's going to be pretty clear. The Sickle. Clarify the Ace of Pentacles. Clarify the Ace of Pentacles. Clarify the Ace of Pentacles, please. Thank you so much. The Ship. Yeah. Clarify the Hermit. I'm going to actually, no, give me one more on the Ace of Pentacles. I want one more. I want one more piece of information. Tell me about that Ace of Pentacles. Why is it? Why is it here in this reading? The tree. Clarify the Hermit. Clarify, whoa, the Bear again. It might be related to the last one. Let's see. And the Lady. We got the Gentleman in the last one. There might be a connection here. Seven of Wands. Tell me about the Seven of Wands. Huh. Okay, hold on. We got the Stork. And one more. The Crossroads. Okay. The bottom of the deck is the Whip. Oh my God, look at that. This is directly related to the last small group message. Okay, this is a continuation. Let's read what we got here. Okay. So we've got this Three of Cups energy, and I'm definitely getting from this one a third party situation. Too many women involved. Too many feminines, I should say. Feminines involved in the picture. It's being cut out. No more. No more. And with a sickle, not a knife. It's like viciously cut out. Done with that energy. This new beginning. This is a giant pentacle. And there's this like a ferret at the bottom. There's something sneaky. There's a sneaky energy hanging in the background of this new beginning that this divine masculine is looking for. Like he's cutting out the third party and sailing away from that. And we saw that with the Six of Swords before. And he wants to put down some roots. He wants to put down some roots in a really serene, beautiful place, in a serene, beautiful way. He doesn't want any more of this nasty energy. The feminine, you know, the karmic feminine that he was dealing with was toxic, like hugely toxic. And I think, you know, we see him walking away because I think he took some time out, maybe from the drinking, some time alone. He somehow got some time alone to really think about his role as provider to this person, this feminine energy. Is she really a lady? Is she really the lady that she purports to be? I think that he's seeing with this, this is really who she is on the bottom of the deck. This is who he thought she was. Look at the drastic difference from who she claimed to be to who he found out she is. Thought she was a lady. She ended up being a controlling bitch. Okay. There was not only, she was keeping him drunk or keeping him somehow incapacitated, right? Mentally incapacitated, and doing a lot of sneaky shit behind his back on top of that. It wasn't just to keep him bringing the money in. She was living her whole other life on the side. I mean, she had other partners. Could have a bunch. She has a bunch of other partners. It's not like even one. And I'm like, not all bash the karmic all the time. Some of the karmics are not bad people. They just happen to be the one that needs to come in and help them learn a lesson. So don't think that every karmic partner is like this, because they're not. Sometimes your karmic is a soulmate, and it's a good thing. This particular one, okay? Wands are about passion. Wands are your passions. With the Seven of Wands, look how many wands she's been handling. This is your sneaky card. But look, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wands in this woman's life. Or this feminine's life. Could be a male. This is what's been going on behind the masculine's back. That's the sneaky stuff. This person is really sneaky. Like, your person wants their new beginning, their solid new beginning. They want to give a solid new offer to Divine Feminine, but there's this little rodent in the bottom of the picture. And I think Divine Masculine knows that. Divine Masculine is really at that crossroads, like that leaving energy. I get, looking back at the Eight of Cups in the reading where Divine Masculine was walking away from those cups that are standing. That is about to happen, okay? It's not happened yet because I see this crossroads card now. So that clarifies that for some people. For whoever this is resonating for, your Divine Masculine is at that crossroads. Because of the sneaky energy, they found out there's a revelation about the sneakiness. They're not being kept, they've gone into this hermit mode, gone off by themselves where they're no longer being controlled by this one. They got some time alone, got some time to get clear-headed. Maybe they went into rehab. I'm getting a rehab vibe for someone, okay? Something happened to get the Divine Masculine in this hermit mode clear about this situation where he's been providing for this feminine. Come to find out that this is her energy. This is what she's been doing with her life. Well, he's been tanked. She's been keeping him tanked. Nice. That crossroads. And with the stork energy here, This feminine is not ever going to be the family person that he wanted her to be. That she said that she was. She said she was this lady. This is who she purported herself to be, this lady. That could give him a family dynamic with the stork. He's finding out that's not true. The sneaky behavior. There's no family dynamic here. There's no healthy dynamic here. There is only this controlling person that's holding 7 wands. Got 7 guys' wands in her hands. Okay. Oh, and look what's right under the whip on the bottom of the deck. It's the snake. Yikes. This is this this karmic partner to the masculine's true nature. Yikes. Okay. That ends up that one. Probably take a bath after this. Not very good. And I like to be all sensationalistic too. I like it when better stuff comes out. But what comes out, comes out. We got to be real. And real situations like this actually happen. Okay, crystal cards. Let's look at what is going to actually be helpful for you in the next week. What crystal or stone could be helpful for you? What do you need to know about? I'll look up the full definition of it so you can, get a little better take. Last time we got a couple. Let's see. I'm only really trying to draw one. Okay. Aragonite. And I don't have an example of aragonite here to show you, unfortunately. I need to get some, but I don't have that yet. But we're going to read the definition of it so you can understand how that could be beneficial to you. From the Crystal Witch. Aragonite. $61. Okay, I'm going to bring this up a little closer so you can see what aragonite looks like. It's a crystal. You can see it's a crystal cluster in this particular image. It's actually one of the ones on the back of the card too. Look at that. Okay, so aragonite. There are different kinds of aragonite, and this particular one is a star cluster. Aragonite star clusters are good for removing residual energy from buildings or houses, and it's good for cleansing your home. So, and I was just talking about cleansing my space from bad energy. like feeling like I need to get a bath. If you've been feeling like a buildup of bad energy in your home, aragonite could be really a good thing just to have in your house to help clear that energy. It would also help clear bad energy from around you too. Spanish aragonite increases your energy and it helps you feel less lethargic. So if you've been feeling a little bit low energy, Spanish aragonite might be good for you. So blue aragonite is good for working with divination. So what I'm doing here, if you're starting working on divination, if you're doing tarot, if you're, using any kind of divination tool, that could be something to help bump up your perception and insight and your psychic connections, okay? So there is our crystal card for the week, aragonite. Okay, we are at the end of the reading. Thank you so much for letting me be part of your day and your journey. I really love the connection between you and me. If you're here, I feel like you've been guided to be here, and I feel like we're part of each other's soul family. I would love it if you subscribe and be around for more readings. If you hit the all button when you subscribe, you'll get all the notifications of everything coming up. If you're new to YouTube, understand that there's no financial piece to that. It's just literally a notification system. The thumbs up on the video is incredibly helpful for me. So if you've enjoyed the reading, and if you feel like you've gotten something from that or just love the energy, that thumbs up is really, really helpful. It helps me keep coming back with free content on YouTube. All my YouTube content is free. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. I love you guys.